Welcome to another week of MidLife OneUp, everybody. My name is Rob.
And I'm Matt.
And we're recording this a little late on this Friday. Normally, we try to do it between 7 to 8 o'clock at night. Because I know for me personally, I like to be in bed around this time, 9:30. I'm reading a book and just relaxing. But I had a work event this afternoon.
Oh, a work of it. Well, what do you got going on today?
Well, we had like a Christmas holiday type event that my company threw for us. They took us to Medieval Nights, and
That's a cool place, from what I understand.
it is. But I have a thing about eating with my hands. I'm not
Yeah, I understand.
I'm not a fan of eating with my hands. I feel like we've progressed as a society and as a species. We made utensils, and there's no real reason to eat with your hands unless like you're out in the bush. And the only thing standing between you and food is your hands. So
Yeah, true.
so yeah. Well, it was she doesn't do well with alcohol and doing anything. And I saw tonight one drink and she was lit like a Christmas tree, man. It was just wow. Like, woo.
Oh my goodness.
She's good though. She's good. She's a teacher, Cool. And she's a huge Marvel fan. Huge all things geeky fan. She bought me the shirt I have on today, which you can't see, Matt, but you'll be able to see it when I release the video. It says, "I'm not procrastinating. I'm doing side quests." And
That's a fantastic shirt.
it's a fantastic shirt. She and I got her some really nice gifts. She's a huge Hufflepuff fan from the Harry Potter series, and I bought her some Hufflepuff related paraphernalia. So that's kind of cool.
That's great.
By the time I release this, she'll already have it.
Harry Potter's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
Good
I
point.
read the first four, and that's as far as I got.
That's funny because after the first four, it gets dark. It gets real dark. But, good series all the way around. And so yeah, that was why I was late this week. So this week, everybody, we're going to be talking about a couple things. We decided, Matt and I are two very different people. We get along real great, but obviously we're two very different people. I am a huge political nerd. On top of everything else that I'm a nerd of. Matt, not so much, not that he doesn't have political leanings. It's just that he doesn't talk politics, I think you're like most Americans. You know what I mean, Matt?
What do you mean by that?
I think most Americans know enough about politics for them to get by, but they don't really like to hammer your face in with their political views,
I would agree with that statement.
Yeah. So, where I am a political nerd, I also don't like to hammer your face in with my political views. I feel like they're my views. I may disagree with you, or I'm not you, Matt, but generally other people. But I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you about it. I'm just gonna go, oh, okay, that's how you see things. Okay.
I know you were very passionate about political
Yeah.
political outgoings and what's happening, and I see. I know I notice you doing that.
Yeah. But we're not going to talk politics on this show. We are going to talk about current events sometimes, because current events is something sometimes you just can't get away with it. And the current events we're going to talk about this week, which probably can't get away from it no matter where you turn to, is the murder of the CEO for United Health that happened in Manhattan not so long ago by one man Joan, which by all accounts a handsome, well-to-do, well-educated young man with a lot of things going for him in his life. I mean, but of course he had his, which he documented on his social media, he had his struggles with his health. He had a health-related incident, and I guess we don't really know, like the details are still very sketchy. His manifesto, which is very easily found online, took me like 10 seconds to find it on someone's Substack.
I tripped over it.
Yeah, you tripped over it. I mean, it's a super short read. Like normally when one of these people that do something crazy like a school shooting, they leave a manifesto. The thing's a book. You know what I mean? And and it tends to ramble and go off until crazy land. And sometimes it'll hit something like, oh, okay, that's a good point, but then it'll go right back to crazy land. This dude, I think, wrote like a sum total of like maybe 2 paragraphs, maybe 3.
Yeah, if that.
If that. If that. And he does go into how he feels that he's not going to go into the minutia of everything because he feels that there's other people who've already done it. So he doesn't want to retread. I mean, really short, really to the point. And, but so his motivations are still up they're still under investigation. Obviously we know that it has something to do with his health, and we know that it has a lot to do with that whole, the state of our healthcare in this country, and which is fine, and it's a sentiment that a lot of Americans can agree with, especially guys and gals in our age range. I mean, we are not in your 40s. Stuff starts to go wrong.
It's been my struggle the past 2 weeks, in just to name a few. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Matt's been ill the last couple of weeks. That Matt and I both suffer from a chronic condition, and without going too far into it, so we've had to deal with the healthcare system quite a bit. Matt also has a son who has had to deal with the healthcare system quite a bit. So I mean, we're no strangers to that, and we know the frustrations that come with it. It comes to no surprise some of the reaction on the internet, which
oh my gosh, yes,
yeah, which ranges from the weird to this guy's become almost like a cult hero among certain circles of the internet, a large swath of the internet, actually. I'm not really sure he deserves that status. I'm not trying to bash on Mr. Manjone or anything, but from a personal point of view, I don't really feel like the answer to any disagreement that we have with anybody is murder.
I agree with that 100%.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, Mr. Manjone maybe lacked a little empathy or just ran all out of give a F's, and he forgot a very basic thing, which is that this CEO also had a family, and he also had people who depended on him and people who loved him and called him son, husband, and dad. And at the end of the day, they are now deprived of their father, their husband, their son. So, I mean, that's a huge tragedy. And to be really analytical about it, the whole purpose of a CEO, is to make money for the company that he's in charge of, or she is in charge of. That is the whole purpose. And if every decision they make isn't geared towards that end, there's a wide range of things that can happen to them. They can be found legally liable. They can be sued for negligence and malfeasance. So, I mean, this is serious stuff. So if you're going to be a CEO, you got to take your job very seriously. And yeah, you're going to have to, at the end of the day, have profit as the motive behind everything you do for your company.
So what you're saying is this gentleman who was shot in cold blood was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing. The real issue is not with corporations or the people who run them, in my opinion. The real issue, I agree with Professor Scott Galloway on this, the real issue and fault lies with the people, us, because we vote those senators and congressmen into office that allow corporations to do the things they do, that encourage corporations to do the things they do, and without any kind of restraint or enough regulation that matters. Okay, so really, at the end of the day, while it's not fair and not nice, in my opinion, and this is speaking as someone who's had a lot of claims denied and had to fork up $700,000, $800,000, $2,000 to pay for tests that I needed for my chronic condition. At the end of the day, the fault lies in us because we pay attention to the big deals, but none of the small deals. And the small deals, the details, are where the devil lies. You know, there's an expression that says the devil's in the details, and you never hear about the little things that the pharmaceutical companies are doing or passing through or lobbying Congress and the Senate for. And those are the things that actually allow them to do these things. And if you really don't like these things, the problem doesn't lie with the CEOs. It lies with our body of government.
Correct. In the whole phrase "devil in the details," that's what adds up so much, but we take a blind eye to it because our focus is on the larger things like the CEOs and the companies that they run.
Right. They're an easy thing to get mad at because there's something that you can like look at and be like, oh, it's their fault, big pharma, you know. And I'm not saying that big pharma hasn't done things that are obviously criminal. By the way, I got the name of the shooter wrong, Luigi Mangione, and I haven't said his name, but the name of the CEO was Mr. Brian Thompson. I just wanted to put that out there because it deserves to be said. You know, of course, I don't think that profit motive should be what an insurance company goes for. I think they should keep an eye out on profit because if they aren't solvent, then they can't insure you, right? But I don't think that should be the bottom line. And I definitely don't think that the compensation for the people that run insurance companies should be based off of how much money they made the company. It should be based off other metrics.
And then you have the phrases about, well, the guy's good looking, so it's okay. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, that I wasn't gonna bring that up, but yeah, no, you're right. There's a whole corner of the internet that his looks are a big deal.
Yeah, and I apologize, but that made me very upset. So, but I'll just leave that where it is.
Well, it's just another example of how pretty people do get different treatment. Like if this guy had looked like me, it'd be a whole other story, you know. The chubby brown man kills CEO Brian Thompson. No one's gonna be calling me a cult hero or saying I want to have his babies. You know what I mean? That's not happening, man. It's not happening. One of the things I wanted to talk about this week, a couple of things, is the backbone. I remember I told you about that I got the backbone and I've been using it to play my games and stuff.
I watched the footage you put out on that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very neat footage. You know, and I was able to have some fun with it. And for those of you,
definitely like the I like both of them, but I really enjoyed the Destiny 2.
Basically, the backbone turns your smartphone into a video game console, kind of like a Steam Deck or a Switch. For example, the footage we're watching right now of Final Fantasy 16 is actually that version of Final Fantasy 16 is actually a PC game, and I play that on my PC machine. But using Steam Link and the backbone, I was able to play it on my iPhone, like seamlessly. That was actually kind of amazing.
Now that would also be able to be done on my Android, correct?
Yes, it also works with Android, iPhone. It's totally compatible. You can buy it in 2 flavors. If you are used to the Xbox controller, you can buy it with the Xbox theming. If you're used to the PlayStation controller, you can buy it with the PlayStation theming. I'm now showing some footage of my Destiny 2 gameplay, which is pretty amazing. So I got it with the PlayStation theming because I like the triangle, the X, the square, and the circle on my on my joystick. But if you are, an Xbox fan, you can get it with those symbols as well. It works really great. It came with a really neat. Let me show right here. It comes with the controller itself, and it actually comes with these little rubber grommets that are built into the controller here that you can change in order to fit whatever case you have on your phone. Because sometimes you'll have a big chunky case on your phone, right? That kind of makes your phone bigger. Well, you can switch out the grommet so that it allows for that kind of spacing between you and the controller, between your phone and the controller. Or if you have like a very low profile minimalist casing, it has it has a fitting for that. So this
That's
is
the kind
actually
of casing I have, is the low profile one.
right. So it's actually pretty cool. I got mine. This is the one I got is the Gen 1. I got this one because it comes with the it comes with the lightning cable plug-in for the iPhones, because I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and they don't, at that point, the iPhones didn't have a USB-C connection. But the modern version of the backbone, the newer versions of the new iterations of the backbone have the USB-C connector, so it connects right through there. And also, it's hard to see here, but on the bottom here, maybe you can see it there. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, there. I think you can see it more there. There's an actual USB-C connection there. So it has pass-through charging. So you can actually put your phone onto this backbone and then connect your charging cable to the backbone itself, and it will charge your phone while you're playing. So that's kind of a win.
That's double win.
Yeah. And it does record footage on the actual backbone. So those were all the positives. The negatives that I'm going to go into now are that in order to use the backbone, you have to download a free app called the Backbone app. Okay? But it's not free to use. Like, you download the app and you have to pay a monthly fee for access to the service. Okay? And all the service does is let you connect to all your other services. So if you have a PlayStation Plus account, which you need if you want to play with your PlayStation Link, or a Steam Link account, or your Xbox Live account, the Backbone app lets you connect to all those services and play through here. It also lets you connect to their own service, so like you can almost just kind of like play whatever game they have in their library and load up that game from their library. Okay, so I use it for Steam Link. I do have a PlayStation Plus membership, which is like $10 a month, but I have Steam Link because that's where most of my games are, on Steam. So that's what I use with the Backbone. So the Backbone is not free per month. It's another $15 a month charge, I believe. I think it's $15 a month. So if you want the Backbone, you have to basically add another $15 a month subscription to your monthly expenses.
The thing that I have a question about is you have to always have, like, if I was going to use it, I would have to have Steam open all the time at home if I was going to use it, say, at work or something, correct?
Yes. Well, it depends. Some of the games, like, they have when you open up the Backbone app, it has a Steam app built in. Now, some of the games in your account, you have to sign into your Steam account, right? So some of the games on your Steam account, you can play through that particular Steam app on the Backbone. But not all your games will be there, because not all of them are compatible with their version of the Steam app. So in order to play any of your games, you have to have Steam Link, which is free. If you have Steam, it's free. But in order to use Steam Link, yes, you have to have your computer on. You have to have the Steam app open, and you can't even have your computer locked, because I tried it with my computer locked. It doesn't work. So your computer has to be logged in. Steam has to be up, because the way the Steam Link works, it turns whatever you're playing on into a remote control. So you are remote controlling into your PC, opening the game up on your PC, and playing it. It's actually playing on your PC, but it's streaming the video of what you're playing straight to you on your handheld device, right? And then it's passing whatever control instructions you're doing from your device to your Steam Deck or your Steam account to play the game.
Okay. So that would be, wow, that's cool in some ways. In other ways, it sounds very dependent on situations I don't know if I would like so much, but that's
Right.
just my opinion.
Right. Now, I mean, if you only have, and this is not the case for me, but I know it's the case for you. If you have one PC that the whole family uses, yeah, that's a problem, because
Yeah,
if someone's using
exactly.
your PC and you want to go sit on your couch while they're using your PC, like if your wife wants to do some banking or pay some bills or something on the PC or whatever she wants to do on your computer, and you want to go sit on the couch and play Destiny 2, you're gonna start up the application. It's gonna go in the foreground and totally mess with whatever your wife's trying to do on the PC. So, it's like okay.
Right.
So then, in that respect, it's not that great of a thing. So you would have to play one of the games that don't require that kind of Steam Link. But in my experience, it's very few. Like I have a ton of Steam games. So here's my Steam account, and you can see I have. These are like my current favorite games that I'm playing. I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games that I'm currently playing. Of these 10 games, the only ones that are available to play out of the native Steam app is Hades, First Descendant, and that's it.
Also heard that the music in Hades is kind of great.
The music in Hades is kind of great. It's very great. So really, the only games I can play is just Hades and First Descendant and Battle Chasers, which I have here, which is a great game. So it's great, but if you've already beaten those games, or in the case of First Descendant, you're not currently playing that, and you don't feel like getting into like an MMO shooter. So like in my case, like let's say I want to play my Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered that just got dropped a few days ago. If I wanted to play that, I have to go through Steam Link, which means I'm going to be remoting into my computer, and it's going to start up the game on my screen. And whoever's at the house is going to see it like, what the fuck's happening? Why is your computer doing things? By the way, that brings me to the other thing I want to talk about. Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered dropped this week. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. I don't know. Well, I mean, of course, if you're watching our podcast, you're probably a gamer from our generation. So you've probably played Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain series. Matt, have you gotten to play any of the Legacy of Kain games?
No, I've not, unfortunately. It's one of those I always wanted to play, never had a chance to do it though.
Great game series. It's a truly amazing, great game series. The original Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, was like a top-down, almost like the same kind of isometric view as like the old school Metal Gear was. But it's a great series. I'm not gonna go into it because it's a huge series with a huge backstory. But I got introduced to the game with Soul Reaver on the PlayStation 1. And then I played Soul Reaver 2 when it came out. And this game is kind of like a cult classic among people in our age range. And Crystal Dynamics and I forgot what other company. Crystal Dynamics and Eidos and another company kind of remastered the game. Redid the graphics and the graphic engine for the game, and then released it on Steam. So it's up on Steam right now, I believe, for like $27. I think it's like a 7 GB download. It's 2 whole games that you get at once. It's a 7 GB download, and it's $27. It's not a bad storyline. It's self-contained. You don't need to have played the Legacy of Kain Blood Omen series before this at all. You could jump like I did. You can jump right into Soul Reaver and be like, "What? This is so good," and really be amazed by it.
I might have to take a peek at that one and maybe check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So the other thing I want to talk about today, and I didn't get any chance to put together all the footage. I'm gonna send it to myself now, but one of the things that Matt and I like to do a lot is build Gundams, and
Oh, those are amazing.
yeah, they are. We both love the Gundam anime series, and we love to build and do very interesting things with our Gundams. So, if you go to our Discord, you can see some of the pictures I put up here of like one of the newest builds I bought. I haven't started it yet, but this is an SD Gundam, which is of the Caliban from the new Witch from Mercury Gundam series, which is now available on Crunchyroll.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So this is some of the Gundams that Matt's worked on. Well, there's a lot actually. Matt's built more Gundams that he has on display than I currently do, because of space constraints of where I'm living. I can't actually have all my Gundams out on display because there's just not enough room for them. But
If it makes you feel any better, the Gundams that I've put together, I have been able to display all of them so far.
that's so great. I appreciate you so much. So so happy that you did that. I'm gonna showcase a few of them. Some of the better pictures you sent me. These Zakus you sent me are pretty cool. This is a great shot. Oh, that Barbados is going on there for sure. And
Oh, that was a fun build.
that was a fun build. That was actually the first Gundam I ever built. Mostly it was a very eye-opening thing. I didn't know that model kits could come that detailed. And if you've never built a Gundam model kit, I really recommend you get into it, because you're not just putting together pieces. You're actually putting together something that feels like, I don't know, like really well engineered, right?
Very well engineered with details that they're not just there, but they work, and you can pose them, and they stay there usually, and it's really really cool. Because I've done model kits in the past, like with my dad and my brother, with cars and stuff like that. But it would be the ones that we would glue, and then I saw these Gundams, and I saw, oh, you just snap them together. How hard could they be? Yeah, they're not easy. Not
Not
even a
easy.
little bit.
No, and once you get into them, you realize there's so much more to them than even just building them. Like there's a whole subgenre about building these things. You can do panel lining, painting, weathering, doing dioramas, and here's I mean, look at this. I believe this is the Double O from the Double O series of Gundam.
Yeah, the Razor, the
The
blue
Razor,
one.
yeah, the blue one, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the first master grade that I've ever done, and I didn't really realize what I was putting together when I was putting it together. I just bought it because, hey, that looks cool, so I bought it. And I bought that. I remember, I think that was at a uh, MegaCon.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly where you bought it at. Along with, I think that's also the same Mancon. Isn't that the same Mancon that you bought me the Starscream that I have yet to really finish building?
That is the exact one. Yes. So I also bought the Optimus Prime there as well. So I bought the Optimus Prime, the Starscream, and the Double Zero Razor. Funny story behind the Double Zero. I was riding with one of my nephews. Shout out to Jude, go Air Force, and he asked me, "Hey, Uncle Matt, do you know anything about Gundams?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, I love Gundams." And I just and he gave me this funny look on his face, like, "You don't know anything about Gundams?" So I pull up my phone, show him my home screen and my lock screen. Oh, those all happen to be pictures of Gundams. And then I go to my pictures, all pictures of Gundams. The first picture I show him, of course, was the Double Zero Razor.
I also got Matt into anime because, not that he wasn't interested already, but I think it was more of a thing like he never really had anyone that said, "Hey, this is really cool. You should do it too."
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and I guess I just gave you permission to let your nerd flag go, right? But
Oh man, you have no idea.
but I've been into the Gundam anime series since forever. I just never built one until the Barbados.
Like I said before, it was such a fun build, and he's so poseable
Yeah,
and so tight, and
yeah,
he's still that way. And I did him years ago.
yeah, yeah. And here is, I'm showing the Barbados now, and here's a nicer pose. And this was actually the first model of Gundam I ever actually built. The full mechanics version of it, and I actually lost that in a move, along with like 2 or 3 other Gundams that I had built. Those they were all full mechanics. I had those in a box, and in a move, the box never made it to this house that I'm currently in right now.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
It is. I put a lot of effort into those. But let's see. This here is that red Zaku that you posted. Which one is that?
Oh man, I don't even remember that. I don't think that's Char's. Char's is different,
No,
right?
no, yeah, that's not Char's.
I believe it is its standard production, but I don't think I have the box for that one anymore.
Oh, okay. No, I keep all the box. I posted a video of one of my Gundams, right? The RX-782, which is the one that Matt bought me for my birthday last year. Which my birthday's coming up
Yes,
soon.
the building for that it just took off.
Oh, yeah. I did a little bit of like a stop motion on it. There we go. As you can see for that video I actually have, you can see that there's actually LEDs in the lights of that unit's head that I put in. That's the first time me using LEDs in a Gundam. And you're supposed to put a sticker on the little crystal eyes that has. It's a really cool sticker. It makes the eyes look green, and then it blacks out the rest of it, so it kind of looks like in the anime, right, Matt? That's what the sticker is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult sticker to put on there, but you know, if you have the right tools, it's not so hard. But once you get it on there, right, it looks awesome.
Yeah. But what I decided was I was gonna black out the crystal around the eyes, and then I was going to put an LED in the head of that thing, run the cabling through the body, which I did, out the back. I actually used the Dremel to make a little bit of a hole in the lower back of the Gundam on behind to run the cable out. And I'm going to do a video running through it when it's done, because right now I'm still in the process of weathering that Gundam. But I'm going to make a video showcasing how I ran the LED lights through that and everything, and put that up on our YouTube as like a minute short or one of our shorts or whatever, and also on Instagram. But I'm also gonna showcase the most embarrassing part of my Gundam hobby, which is all the kits that I still have on standby that I haven't built.
That is a must-have video. We have to showcase that.
I have 10 Gundam kits right now sitting in the shelf behind me that are waiting in queue for me to build.
I'm sorry. I must have had my headphones on off correct. Did you say you have 10?
I do have 10.
That's ridiculous.
I bought 2 more since the last time. Last time I told you I had 8. Now I have 10. I bought 2 more.
Oh, for God's sakes.
I bought 2 of the ones from The Witch from Mercury, which is a great Gundam series. If you guys haven't watched it, you should definitely start. I haven't finished it yet, so no spoilers if anyone makes any comments or anything, but it's a great series. But yeah, I love the Gundam models on that one, so I bought some more of those. One of them is the SD Gundams, and SD Gundams are usually like a super fast build. You can build those in like an hour, really. If you want to get fancy with them and weather them and paint them and all that, obviously it'll take you longer, but you can put the whole kit together in an hour. Like, those things are not hard.
I also have a kit waiting for me to do. I sent a picture of it to Rob. It's the RX. Well, I can't remember exactly what it was. Do you remember? What?
Yeah, the RX 782 version 3, which the one I built that I made the video that I showed there. That's a really old kit. Matt bought it for me when he found it on special somewhere. But that's the 1.5, and the 1.5 was like a really old way of Bandai building model kits. The version 3 is supposed to be the best version of the RX 782 model.
And I gotta say, shout out to Mom. Thanks very much for that. She got that for my birthday, so very excited about that.
Yeah,
looking forward to put that together and see what that comes out to look like. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mom, for buying him that really nice kit. That's a really nice kit. One of the kits, though, is just a system base. So really, I have 9 Gundam kits because one of the kits is actually just a system base. Where it's
No. That's 10 kits. Don't walk your way out of it.
It's just a system base.
Hey, you can talk for your voice as high as you want. It's still 10 kits.
It's 9.5. At most, 9.5.
Half rounds up to 10. Sorry.
9.4. It's 9.4. But yeah, I mean, that's how it is. That's how it is. Okay.
I don't know if I told you or not, but there's a new limited summon for Epic 7, the game that we like to play on our phones. And it's a new limited summon come out this week, and I just wanted to let you know it took me 20 summons to get him. And I also got the artifact. So I just wanted to make sure you were aware.
How nice. I'm so happy. Which limited summon is this? What's the name of the unit? For those of you who don't know what Epic 7 is, I'm bringing up the website right now. It's by Smilegate. That's the name of the company that makes this game. And it is, they say, play the anime. And there's a lot of games, mobile games that say this right here. Play the anime. This is the only game that I've seen out of all of them that is actually like playing an anime. It is really, really, really amazing. Okay, the art style you see on this page is the art style of the game. It's not
beautiful. Beautiful art, actually.
And the animations are amazing. It's like some of the best animations I've ever seen.
It's her name is Young Senya.
Such a drag.
So remember Senya the Knight? This is her young version, but she's a what do they call it? The healers in the game.
Oh, she's a soul
Soul Weaver.
Soul Weaver, yes.
Bystander Hwayoung.
And there's another character they're gonna release soon, Bystander Hwayoung.
Dominated Nata Prefecture. However,
I
due
believe
to an
so,
accident
yes.
in her fight with Peyra, she was injured.
Yeah,
and
I'm
became
looking at her
unable to
video
ride
now.
her bike,
Yeah.
what she valued
So
most in
as you
life,
guys can
which
see
ultimately
right
led to her
now,
retirement.
as I'm showcasing
After
here,
Hwayoung's the vice leader Ken
this is what the art looks like in the game. And that is a character too. That's Ken. Wow, that's cool. Ken is in there. But this is the actual gameplay footage right here. So it is a really, really cool game to play. Really fun game to play. It is like playing an anime. The animations are amazing. I guess I missed Sea Witch Pirate Captain Flan, which is kind of sad that I missed Sea Witch Pirate Captain Flan. Did you get the Sea Witch Flan? You did. I thought you told me you got that. You did, didn't you? Oh my God, I hate you so much. Did you really get? Look at this. This is such a great art. Those are some really nice assets too that she's got. But I'm just saying, like, what the heck, man? How many summons did you take for her?
I just got her pretty much for free through an in-game event.
Okay, so like I said, Matt is the captain of Failing Upwards in this game. He just no problem. He's gonna get that. It's just gonna happen. And then there's West Wind Executioner Shuri.
I'm working on him still.
Is this like a new evolution of Shuri?
Yes.
Or is he a summon?
Yes. He's a summon
Okay.
from the Mystic Summons.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, here's Young Senya. I'm looking at Young Senya now. Unless y'all want to hear all about this, right? Oh my God, really? No, hold up. Oh, the little girl. They made her a summon.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird.
It is weird. It is weird.
If you are a lolly, there are plenty of characters in this game for you lolly fans, which I am not. Matt is not either, believe it or not. I find the whole idea of lollies to be a little weird in Japanese culture, but hey, it's their culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. Let's see, and then there's Hellion Lua. Did you get Hellion Lua? Tell me you did not get Hellion Lua.
I did not.
Because that's a cute looking model. Oh, I got Schneel. I do have Schneel.
Same.
Schneel.
He's great.
Yeah, he is great. I have Schneel, and he's former king and prince, and they tried to kill him. The dude survived like multiple poisoning attempts. Really great character. But they have crossovers all the time in this game. They had one with Full Metal Alchemist, which is kind of amazing.
I love that crossover. And just to play and listen to the music.
Let's see if I can find a good video of like the Full Metal Alchemist
Oh wait, I'm thinking of a different crossover. But yeah,
No.
I actually missed that crossover, the Full Metal Alchemist, and you got characters from that I don't have.
Actually, I got them all with the exception of
Absolute disagree.
the brothers. I didn't get Full Metal. I didn't get Full Metal. Edward Elric. I did get Riza, Roy Mustang, but I did not get
I love this name.
Edward Elric. Yeah, I didn't get Edward Elric. But I can tell you that Roy Mustang is pretty good, but Riza is she's hands down pretty amazing. She's just super amazing.
That was one of the first animes that you got me to watch, and let me tell you something. The Full Metal Brotherhood was ridiculously amazing.
Yeah. Full Metal Brotherhood was the remake of, for anyone that doesn't know, if you've ever watched it, if you're like me, you've been watching anime for way too long in your life as a 40-something-year-old male, you probably saw the original series, just Full Metal Alchemist. And then you saw the retread, which is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right? Which is like
Way more content and
Yeah.
much more detail and a better ending. Way better ending.
way better ending, and the storyline comes together way more cohesively. I don't know if that was just a better translation or a better localization, but it really was way better. So I definitely recommended that to Matt. And Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was definitely a good watch.
I watched Full Metal Alchemist first, and
Yeah.
then I watched Brotherhood, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it that way.
So if you just want to watch the definitive version, I think it's safe to say, if they just want to watch one of the series and just know what the story about, then they should watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, right?
I 100% agree. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put this picture right here. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna go open a browser, and it is a picture of the giant capybara mount in Final Fantasy 14.
I know what it is.
As I read this out, stupid mount, I swear to God. Sometimes Final Fantasy 14 does things, and I'm just like, no, that's just no. So I'm gonna leave this up there as I read us out. This podcast was brought to you by me and Matt, and taking time out on our Friday. If you would like to sponsor the show, give us a ring, give us a call, give us a talk to, you can hit me up on through our website at midlifeoneup.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram, on DMs, or you can hit us up on Blue Sky or at our YouTube channel, and we'll hit you back. But until next time, please like and subscribe us on any of our social venues. Until next week, I hope you guys stay awesome and keep gaming.
Thanks a lot for listening.